So this is a little transparency post situation, kind of advice, kind of not really advice type thing. Okay, so long story short, your girl, obviously we all are dealing with mental and emotional health issues, different forms and all that stuff. Previously I got diagnosed with some things, had the medication, didn't like the doctor that I had. He was literally just loading it up, and it wasn't working. He wasn't giving proper coping skills. The therapist I had was just anyway. Fast forward to me just cold turkey stopping everything. I think it's coming up on 4 years of no mental health meds whatsoever. I just hit my 90 days of no alcohol, and so that's cool. My primary doctor wanted to give me something. I told her no, that I'd much rather use another option, and she was fine with that. But I hadn't been to a psychiatrist in years. In March, I got reevaluated. She confirmed the previous diagnosis, but then she added an additional one on there, which makes so much sense. And I didn't want to go. And even for any of the diagnoses, I try my best to not use any of those things as excuses. If anything, it means I got to work a lot harder to kind of push through or get through or whatever the case may be. But this new diagnosis that I got, I thought it was just more so along the lines of like the patterns that I have and how I like stuff organized. And I didn't realize that it was mental as well. So it's having that diagnosis is helping me kind of understand my thought process. And why I was like, damn, do I got like some post-traumatic shit going on, like some post-traumatic stress disorder in there? But this new diagnosis, along with ADHD and autism, have like overlapping symptoms. So it all makes sense. And I'm happy that I got it diagnosed so that I can have a better understanding of myself, so I can, re-regulate and reparent myself and kind of figure out what I need to do. And that is exhausting on top of everything else that be going on. But I'm determined to do it. I say it all the time, like, diagnoses aren't excuses, and shit you've been through in life, myself included, is no excuse to be out here just harming people or, disrupting other people's lives and all these different things. The psychiatrist, I don't go back to her until June, or the end of May, right at the beginning of June, before everything gets busy. And, it is May. But anyway, she was not pushing meds, but she recommended a mood stabilizer, and I told her my concerns about it, and she also asked if I wanted to like try to maybe go back to therapy and everything. And I don't think that therapy is a waste of time. I am very pro therapy. Backstory: I've been in therapy on and off since I was 18, up even until 2023. The last time I was in therapy was November 2023, which we all know Grandma passed in 2023. So still battling that, and I'll be having to like give myself grace, but also make sure I get myself off my ass and be like, okay, you've been in this mood, what we gonna do to get it going? This weather is not fucking helping. It's so annoying, because it's triggering my body, which is triggering mental and all of that stuff. And then I don't know if it's a woman thing or if men have it too, but say something happened in life, right? And something else happened, and it's not the exact same thing, but it can involve the same person. Or it could be like, say something happened with like one of your exes, but like your current person is doing it, and it's like a relapse or you flash like, damn, this was what they was doing. So, or do with anybody, that's just an example. Those things happen to me so much, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I have to reparent myself. But going back to therapy, my most recent stint in therapy, I went every week for a year. I'm talking about, I was taking an extended lunch at work to do my therapy session at work, because I was that locked in. I was like, sis, we have to get it together. And what I hate is the fact that I did so much work on myself, and I allowed a few situations, I feel like, take me off course. If somebody was like, oh, are you really healed? If things happen, and no, it's not about that. It's when repeated events happen, or if it's something that happens right now, we're just gonna say 2026, that mirrors something that happened in 2020. 2026 me is almost mentally and emotionally back in 2020, if that makes sense. And then I have to like work through that shit all over again, and it's really frustrating. But I'm a man raised no hoe. I grew up on the east side of Detroit, bitch. I'm gonna get through whatever I do, but I feel like sometimes when I try to like filter my feelings, or I try to like, I've been trying to stay off of social media with my feelings because, but that's hard because I've been living my life so much out loud, because it's like, okay, if people can see that you go through something and you get through it and you grow through it, that's like, nobody voted me to be like the inspiration for the world, but I feel like I be trying to be what I didn't have when I was going through stuff. So people like, if I would have saw somebody like getting through shit healthily and in a non-toxic way and processing their feelings and acknowledging their feelings and all that stuff, I probably wouldn't have dealt with a lot of stuff, and I probably would have got through stuff differently in life. But do you see where the mental be going? Like, I recorded a video the other day, and I ended up catching like me kind of almost going into like a panic attack, or going into a panic attack. And I was like, damn, I could show somebody that I like really like talk myself through that, and maybe they can too. But then I was like, social media be on some bullshit sometimes, and they be, oh, you doing it for attention, oh, you trying to prove something, oh, well, if you're having a panic attack, how did you have time to record? And it's like, bitch, mind your motherfucking business. Then the toxic be coming out of me, like, and I just, this is why I be saying, like, healing and life itself is like a freaking like journey, not a destination. Because, and I said it in a couple of other videos I was recording like a couple of years back, like, you're always going to be having something to heal from. It is just exhausting, and I've like reworked my circle, and you know, I got good people around me now, and I don't want to be a burden to people. I don't want to be stubborn and like cheat myself out of something. But sis do not really feel like sitting through therapy all over again. I don't even know if my old therapist is available. She was the best one. Like, I don't want to have to go. Finding a therapist is like fucking dating, and I don't have the time, energy, or like desire to be going through that again. I don't know if my old therapist take my new insurance. I don't know. I don't want to be medicated. If I'm being honest, I'd much rather just and call it a day. Like, and I just wanted to ramble, and I just wanted to be transparent with the shit that I be going through, because just fucking because like, listen, I said in the post earlier today, I was like, I be crashing out, but at least I don't look cracked out, and I probably fucking look cracked out right now. So look at the irony in that. I'm about to get dressed. I gotta go pick up people, and I'm not cooking dinner today. It's Friday. They can figure out something. The man probably gonna want pizza any damn way.